Greetings. This is Skylar Saunders Singh. What's current? Now, obviously, you can see a change. There's a little difference in which I'm recording this video live for you viewers. I'm in the part of my house that my dad usually has. This is his room, not mine. This is his office. If you haven't noticed yet, he's a big Cowboys fan, like a fanatic. Okay, so disregard or regard the many pieces. I just wanted to let you know. Get all the hatred. Oh, he's a Cowboys fan. Oh, and yop yoppity yop, boopity boop, and all that mess. So before we even get started beyond that, you have to subscribe to Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube. That is first order of business. Before we go any further, and I'll be doing this throughout the rest of the show. Yeah, yeah, awesome. I appreciate the awesome lighting. I got a little bit more lighting to the side, Courtney. Thank you very much for supporting. And I have to get the target. That's how. Just remember. How am I gonna forget that? How can I forget that? How can I forget that? Target for today. $40. $40. Chip away at that, Courtney. See what you can do. And at the same time, if you haven't subscribed already, go to Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube. Support that man, Spirit McCrory. He is a tremendous supporter. He's part of the 50 Club, and I appreciate everything he does. And I appreciate what you do too, Courtney. Everything you've contributed. So there's that. No, no, no. That's a good joke. I was just explaining how this is not my room. This is my dad's room. It's a later show, so I'll be too loud for anybody else that's trying to be sleeping right now. So I switched it up. I went to the Cowboys room. That's what we call it. Simply, it's simply the Cowboys room. It's my dad's office in a sense. He has all his paperwork here, all his business and everything here. But that's the beauty of living in the suburbs. You can go to another room and it's already furnished and everything like that, and you don't have to worry about it. So thanks for that. Plus, Courtney, like I said, I'm asking, I'm flipping you over, and I'm jingling for the target. Remember the target, $40. We got to $36 yesterday. We did not get the target, but we got damn close to it. Yeah, $36, very close. Try and get to 40 or over, more than 40. We've done that before. Okay, so thank you very much for that. Now we have to get to something messy. Very messy, very, this could bankrupt her, her image. She has a huge image, no pun intended. I'm talking about Lizzo. She is caught up in a lawsuit right now because of her dancers that are saying that she body shamed them. Isn't that a twist of fate and a little bit of irony? She's doing the body shaming. She must be saying that they're too skinny or something like that, in front of their face and in front of other people, or maybe behind their back. And the word got round to her. It's messy, child. Woo, messy. She is fond of what is called the banana show. Now, this is something I learned about in the United States Marine Corps. I've never been deployed. I've always been stateside. And I'm getting a good compensation, even though I never stepped foot outside of the United States. I've never been in a combat zone. I've never been in or around rounds coming down range. Never in my life. Never happened. However, I do know stories. I do know, certain circumstances and different happenings that go on with, planes in overseas and in other countries and other territories. And that goes with something that's called the banana show, akin to the donkey show, which I'll get into after I explain the banana show. But this pertains to the hot topic right now about Lizzo. She's fond of basically a woman coming out on stage with a banana and entering it into her vagina and slicing it up and putting it onto the stage or into little cups or on a plate or something like that. That's the banana show. This is a little different because This is usually happens in Okinawa, Japan. The banana show happens. That's where most Marines, are stationed sometimes. Um, but the idea of it is that you in Amsterdam, another place where it apparently occurs. I think they don't go into detail in the articles I've read, but it just seems like the woman inserts the vagina but doesn't slice it up. She just puts it in her vagina and you eat all out of it. And Lizzo was like drinking some potassium and stuff like that. She's saying all these words and everything that's going back and forth, and all through that, it seems allegedly that she was trying to force these young dancers to take the banana out of the woman's vagina. Now, that's very interesting because Lizzo's supposed to be that culturally sound, representative. Salute to Spirit Smooth Tunes in the live chat right now. Salute to you. I have subscribed to Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube. Tell them I sent you right up there. That was my first post after my own business. I respect to you, sir. Respect always, always respect. So everybody under the sound of my voice, go. You can click off my show right now. I guess there's only two people. One of them must be Spirit, and I don't know if Courtney's still on. But if you haven't subscribed to his page, rebroadcast. Here you go for rebroadcast. If you haven't subscribed to his page, subscribe right now. Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube. All right. So Lizzo. What is the deal with her? She was like a darling. They're like, she's so genuine, and despite her weight, she's embracing it. She's embracing her heaviness. You can't call her fat. That's body shaming. And what does she do? Turn around and body shame probably skinny dancers, or they're not skinny. Larger dancers than her, or a little bit smaller than her. That's where she is at this point. She took a blunder. This is an L for her. This is definitely an L. This is salute to Spirit. I just checked my Cash App. Ladies and gentlemen, we have hit the target. Target for today has been reached. Thank you, Spirit. I'm serious. 100% blood and bone and skin serious. Like everything. I can't thank this shit man enough. Seriously. This is no tool riding. This is no, sucking nothing. This is just respect man to man. I checked out his work. I subscribed. Honestly, I subscribed to Houston. I was like, damn, I ain't even subscribed to Houston yet. I never subscribed to him. And I didn't realize, not even out of, malice or like, I ain't going to subscribe to him. He can come to my show all he wants. I ain't subscribing. Wasn't that. It's just my dumb ass forgetting. Cowgirl, really. I don't know what you mean, Marlos, but welcome to the show. And you can chip in whatever you want. We already reached the goal, but you're free to chip in as much as you want. Wow, we're only 9 minutes and 15 seconds in, and we hit the goal. Oh, okay. Your connection is bad right now. Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to figure it out because Courtney said I had good lighting, and she could tell us. Is it because of the Cowboys room, Marvelous? Fading in and out. I don't know why. Everything seems fine on my side, but thank you for letting me know that. I'm definitely checking the rebroadcast. Okay, I'm good now. Good. Okay, so yes, I respect you, Marvelous. If you want to chip in, I know you're not a free rider. You put in money. You put in dollars. I know you put in money. So you're not a free rider. Neither court, no free riders have spoken in the live chat today. No free riders. Courtney gives money. Marvelous gives money, and Spirit definitely gives money. So I respect all of you. Thank you very much. It seems like you all are in the room right now because I see three as a count right now. So I appreciate it. Thank you. But back to Lizzo. We gotta toast this chick. We got hope this lawsuit goes through. Oh no. Babe, is it you, Marvelous? Be honest, sir. Because I'm all right. Nobody else is saying anything else. It's four. Okay, yeah. It was four in the room. Now it's two. Yeah, it fluctuates. Spirit, it's crazy. But thank you again, sir. I can't thank. I'm not gonna thank you even. I'm gonna stop thanking you because it's very appreciative. You didn't have to do it, but you did it anyway. Yeah, and I know. I see it's two. Now it's four. It goes up and down like a seesaw. But Lizzo. What the devil? What the diggity dog devil? You're fond of the banana show, okay? But you won't get on a treadmill. You won't have a decent diet. And banana necessarily depends on your body chemistry because bananas are packed with sugar. I know it's a natural sugar from fruit. That's a good thing. But depending on your weight level, you might want to stick to, green smoothies with kale, spinach, stuff like that. Um, but that's the least of your worries. Now your weight, you got a lawsuit riding on your head. These chicks is serious. They're coming at your media group, what is it? Your team. It's your entertainment group is what it is. That's what's coming down on your head right now, Lizzo. That's what's happening to her. You know, she's she's fond of something that has been around probably for centuries. If not decades. And I know about it only through the United States Marine Corps, and I put it into my story. I have a story where I say it in the first, episode. I wrote a screenplay. I wrote a script, talking about it. One of the Marines talks about it. The Banana Show. Has anybody in the live chat heard of the Banana Show before I talked about it tonight? Be honest. Don't look it up. Don't look it up online now because you can find it. I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm gonna find it right now. I'm gonna find it. Let's see. Yep. First thing that came up with Banana Show was Lizzo. That's crazy. That is crazy. They call it Whisper Alley in Okinawa. They call it Oki. So I'm just used to saying Oki. It's Okinawa, Japan. Okinawa Marines know when you see the Banana Show for the first time, it's special. So just look it up. It's pretty disgusting. It involves usually a 60-year-old woman. This is Okinawa. This is not what Lizzo saw apparently. But in Okinawa, okay, no sir. Okay. It's crazy. It's crazy. But in Okinawa, Japan, it's about a 60-year-old woman that comes out on stage. It's at like a strip club or something like that. It's close to it. And she has two shows. She has she has like a stack of quarters that she puts into her vaginal canal, and she makes change. If you can believe that, she has like a few dollars worth. It's like $2 or $3 or $4, maybe $5 or something like that worth of quarters, and you plugs it up in there, and then she goes to like a little cup or something, and then pew 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 ping ping, and she just jumps out the quarters. That's one show. That's the quarter show. Then there's a famous banana show where it's similar. She takes a banana, like I said before, and she splits it, with her muscles, her vaginal muscles, and it squirts out into a dish or a plate or something. And Lizzo loves. She could have been a Marine. Well, she probably be in the pork chop platoon, of course. That's what it's called in boot camp. The overweight Marines, or not even Marines, recruits, I should say. correct me if I'm correct. I'm gonna correct myself there. The overweight recruits are subjected to more rigorous a rigorous diet and a rigorous physical training PT. So that's what Lizzo definitely could use. Instead of going to these shows, she could be in the exercise room or planning her calorie intake instead of worrying about some lady showing her genitals with a piece of fruit. But this is what's going on in the blogs. Hey, I know I'm not laughing, but I understand why you are laughing, Spirit. Now I'm laughing. Okay, it's called the Venus Flytrap. Okay, okay. I always heard it as the banana show. Thank you, Marvelous. Marvelous chipped in some money. Thanks, Marvelous. You didn't have to do that at all. Marvelous. See, I need to have some kind of tote bag system. That's what PBS does. They're always begging for money. They always saying, "Oh, could you be a sustainer or a member?" They sometimes have programs and they'll cut into the program you're watching, like, I was watching it, and then it's like, "Oh, what a phenomenal show." However, we do need your contributions. Like, it's like what and that's how I am too. I'm PBS. I'm with that money, but I have to give a good show for you. I have to make sure I know what I'm talking about. I have researched. I've looked at least 3 sources. I look at allhiphop.com, hiphopdx, and hotnewhiphop.com. So all the hip hop sites. Um, so I appreciate Marvelous. I hope you're still in the room. I hope you're one of the 4 people. I definitely appreciate you. We are definitely okay. Okay, wait. Spirit just dropped some more money. I appreciate him. I'm serious. I'm doing this again. Visit. He's got the what is that? The Staying Alive. What is that? Saturday Night Fever. The John Travolta stance. That's what it looks like. I could be wrong. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's him, but it's black. It's a black man. That's right. All right. Visit Spirit Smooth every 5 minutes. Remind me if I forget. Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube. Tell him I sent. Do you have a channel, Marvelous? Marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. I will support your channel if you let me know the details. Just tell me the details. I'll support you too. You pay money on here. It's not as much as Spirit. I'm just saying. I don't care. But if you have a channel, I'll support you. I'll do whatever I can. I get rebroadcasts. My rebroadcasts are better than ever right now. I'm getting more rebroadcasts than ever. They're in the double figures and the triple figures, and my short just went into the quadruple figures. It went to over 1,000. So I appreciate anyone who's been watching my the shorts that come on after the show, or if you watch it after the show. That's after I video it. Lizzo. Lizzo. Yeah, shout out to Spirit. Yeah. All right, Marvel says shout out to Spirit. We don't do shout outs. I'm an objective hater. And if you know better, Marvelous, we only say salute. Say salute instead of shout out. Because shout out is like this. Here's an example of a shout out. Yeah, man. He's kind of corny, man. Man, he's not really real. He's not real, but you know what? Shout out to him anyway. And that's the reason why Troy Star Terrain shut down the shutouts. Shout outs. All right, so things are coming soon. I'm just a supporter, lifetime supporter. I appreciate it. Hey, so I support you. Maybe Star more. Yeah, hey, shoot. I'm so sincere with this. I'm sincere. I appreciate every ounce and every bit of dollars that I get. And I hope you all are hating right now on this Cowboy stuff. I'm not a fan, but I'm a supporter of the Cowboys. it's such a thing. All the time I think about the Cowboys. I think about the top hated teams in the exactly, exactly. I see. I knew you're gonna. I knew somebody was gonna say it. First, I didn't know what you were talking about, but I understand what you're saying. It's not my room. This is my dad's room. It's not my room. Let me make that 100% clear. Not my room. But all the uh all the time that I have put into this, show, I might start doing it from here from now on. So you might have to get used to the Cowboys. But I was saying, I'll get to Lizzo later, but I wanted to say, the Cowboys just seem like, because they were the winningest team for so long, or tied for it with the 49ers for so long, and of course they're called America's team. They're probably the most hated team in the league, and they're the most expensive team ever in all of sports. They're about $5 billion, and it has to be because that stadium costs billions of dollars to make. They have to use fights. They have to use different things like that. They have to use sporting events besides football and concerts and stuff like that. That's the big part about it, And I also think about the Yankees. I think about the Lakers. Who's hockey? I guess maybe the Canadian. I don't know. Maybe the Canadians. I'm not 100% sure what the most hated team or the most winningest team or close to the one that has the most championships. I can look that up, but I don't. Let me do that right now. Yeah, hockey team with most championships. I was right. The Canadians. I just guessed. I just pulled that out. It was the Montreal Canadiens. I don't think they're hated though. It might be a different kind of hatred. But if you're a winner, you're gonna get hated for it. Just realize that. It's called envy. You're hated. You're hated not for your faults, but for your virtues. It's hatred for the good for being good. And that's what I'm gonna try to transition back to Lizzo, because she's talented. She can sing. That's the typical idea of what a fat black girl can do. Oh, that girl can sing it, girl. Any heavy set black woman, they can sing. Aretha Franklin, look at her. The late great Aretha Franklin. She could sing her, her behind off, in her day. When she was alive. So many others, heavy set black women in churches across the land can sing, don't have a record contract number one, but know they can praise the Lord. they, they can sing and shout hallelujah. You hear me? But what's so amazing is that this could be, something that she may not bounce back from. This is a little bit, too much, I think. I think it's a little bit too much sauce. I think she's got. I no. That's no pun intended. I'm not trying to make a food analogy. I'm not. I'm just saying that honestly was not trying to be funny. I'm saying that her career is wobbly right now. It's wobbly. It hasn't fallen over, but it's woozy. It's a little woozy because she has subjected her dancers to something that they didn't want to do, and that's what they're asked. They're asking for in a lawsuit, saying she used force against them and harassed them just because she wanted to see the show. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. I've never saw it, and I don't intend to see it. But I know people who have. I know Marines that have gone to Okinawa, and have been able to see what it is like. See what it's like to be on, that freak stuff, that creep stuff. You know, get nasty. Lizzo can play the flute. I don't know if she can play the skin flute. Probably could. That's another black woman. Jill Scott. Star in the y'all. You got that? Take that. Jill Scott. She's a heavy set woman. She's not, petite. Black woman. She can sing. Can't take that away from her. She can sing. She can definitely sing herself to death, to the stars. However, she's not, on Lizzo's level. Lizzo is another way. Oh, snap. Packers Nation, we own you. Oh, Ricardo Emmanuel. Hold up. Let me make 100% sure about Ricardo. Let me make 100% sure. I'm going to check and see because Courtney has Richie Rich, Bountiful Soul, Spirit, of course, Marvelous, Lex Diamonds, Houston. We have a problem, Ricardo Emmanuel. You've not chipped in any money, but you know what? You are saved. You're a free rider tonight. The target was matched. The target was matched, and you don't have to pay a cent because of everybody else's sweat, because of Spirit sweat, because of Marvelous sweat. Their dollar, you don't have to pay a thing. I'll let you pass tonight. But be sure that's going double because I said if I get 2 or 3 days in a row with the target match, it's gonna happen. This was the first night. Last night was very close. It was $36. Tonight we surpassed it tremendously. I'm gonna say the count is at $60. $60 tonight. So you can take your Packers Nation. We'll see what happens in a few weeks when the Cowboys are they on the schedule, Ricardo Emmanuel? Are Cowboys and Packers on the schedule to play each other? I remember last season there was a big deal. I can't remember exactly what the whole issue was, but I think it was like their 60th anniversary or something like that. Okay, check. Respect. But no, I mean, it's not me. I was trying to tell people in the beginning of the show, this is my dad's room. I just moved from my little side office to his office. This is his room. We give him gifts like about 60 to 80% of the stuff in this room, or maybe even 90% of the stuff in this room are gifts. Stuff that was given to my dad for Christmas, birthday, Father's Day, or just we found it and thought, he would like it. It's all his, Cowboy stuff. None of mine. I support the Cowboys and any team that beats the Eagles because I hate the Eagles. I don't like their whole style. I don't like their fans. Their fans are vicious and nasty. I don't have anything to do with the Eagles. Okay, we don't play. We don't this year. It's funny. Yeah. Okay. Maybe next year. Maybe they'll be on the docket. They'll be on the ticket next year. But yeah, respect to you. Respect to you, sir. Pow. Okay, so that just covers it. That's a special case to me. It's like we get so wrapped up in our teams. We get very wrapped up in our who they are and what they are and what they stand for. And I think it's the most exciting thing in the world. It's like how in sports there's going to be one winner out of 30 freaking teams usually. There's got to be one. There's only one. They have to whittle it down and whittle it down. And think about all the minds that go into creating schedules and making sure people are on the road, on the bus, or on the plane. Got all their gear together. Get on the field. Have the jets fly over at the same time, right after the Star Spangled Banner and stuff like that. I just marvel at that stuff. That stuff just boggles my mind. I think it's the most beautiful thing, not the most beautiful thing, but one of the most beautiful things that comes out of sports. The logistics, the putting together of the teams, putting together of the matchups and the television. How's it broadcast through to millions of people all over the world? It's a beautiful thing. And I'm done with Lizzo. I think I said pretty much all I had to say with her. It's at the halfway mark. Anybody else want to talk about Lizzo? Because I don't really want to speak on it kind of grosses me out the whole banana show thing. It's weirds me out. It's like a 6-year-old woman. Like, I don't know about all that. You know what I mean? I don't want to see 11-year-old boy either, but like a 19-year-old female, petite, ample bosom, pancake rear, black or white, or red or yellow or brown. I mean, I'll take all of them, but I'm finished with that. Now, I have to support myself. And also, let me do this again. It's been about 5 minutes, I think. Visit Smooth Tunes, Spirit Smooth Tunes, excuse me. Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube. Tell him I sent you. All right, so my story. That's all I'm doing. I want to win. I want to win the challenge. I think it's of quality. It's well written, but puzzling, as some comments say. People have said I've done a good job of explaining the idea of black identity. I think that's grounds for the first chapter of a great American novel. And this is the part where the viewers drop off. By the way, when I'm talking about my stories, I'm not reading a story. I'm just promoting it. Um, it's all about identity, and that's what it is. That's the whole story. It's all about what this person is and what he could be, what he will grow up to be, what he will discover about himself. That's the key to the story. It's called Roman à Clé. That's not the name of the story, but what the idea of it. The plot theme is discovering oneself by checking what it is to be who you are. Now that's a mouthful, but I'm just experimenting with the plot theme because I don't even know if I could say all that. But that's what it is. It's very engaging. I wrote it just pepper pepper. My fingers were flying over the keys. I didn't understand how fast I was going. I was just going through the whole, the motions of writing, and it was just splendid. It was just great. I love writing. That's my first duty. That's my first job. But I'm a writer by trade, as Mr. Troy Star Train has said. And I say Mr. Troy Star Train because I steal most of his stuff. I steal, his pauses and stuff like that. So I have to acknowledge that. So people will say, "Oh, that's Star Junior. Oh, that's got to be Star Son. That's Star Boy. Oh, that's funny stuff." I'm not. I'm not his son. I'm not anything like that. I'm not an illegitimate son or nothing like that. I'm in my dad's room, for God's sake. He's still with me. He's still alive. My mama died almost 13 years ago. That's time. Look at that. Tick tock. You don't stop. But I'm glad that 6 people are in here right now because I'm talking about my story. And anytime it's story time, that's when it goes down to zero. I'm just being frank. I'm just being real. You know what though? You know what though, Ricardo? To be honest with you, she wasn't even a Saunders. She was a white. She was divorced from my dad and married my brother's father. And but I appreciate the sentiment, sir. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Uh, I have to respect. My mom was in the Air Force, and that's part of this story. The baby is born in the Air Force hospital, and you have to piece together the reasons why the father comes in and says and gives him a name. Give what name he gives is crucial to the entire story. I'll give you a hint. It's in the title. You have to figure that out. It's called Ruler of the Kingdom of the Air. And that is my whole, idea for you to do. Make sure you go to read the story. It's almost 3,300 words, but it's a breezy read. It really is. I didn't, waste time. I got in and got out. It took a little while. It takes about 15 minutes to read. I'm gonna just let you know that right now. So if you're, not a reader, become one. That's all I can say. Just become a reader. It's great. Reading is fundamental. Emphasis on fun. It is a lot of fun. You have to be able to take time to be engrossed in a book or magazine on it or some anything. You want to read about sports, read about sports. There's great sports stories. There's great nonfiction sports stories. There's great fiction sports stories. I noticed that the count was 7. Somebody left, might come back in. Do what you gotta do. It's 6 now. I'm appreciative of my 6 viewers. Under the sound of my voice, put one up in the chat room if you can hear me, if I'm clear, if there's enough lighting, if I should explain myself further, and we can go on from there. Okay, so it's business. I have some business to attend to later on. But okay, Ricardo, yeah, you're one. That's one person. There's 5 more. Are you 5 more anywhere? Anywhere? I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you. Turn on the lights. I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you. All right, if I say anything else, I'll get hit with a copyright strike. Canupe 6? Huh? What? Huh? What, sir? You seem new here. Welcome. I don't know what the huh was. Is the huh just acknowledging that you're here? Now it's back to down to 4. It's probably gonna go down to 2 and then 1, 0. Not mad, but make sure you check out this site. It is my story. It's my life story. That's a little hint for you. That's it. This is it right here, baby. Down to 3. Come on, get down to 0. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting. It don't matter. I got my money. I received donations. I'm appreciative and thankful. They Wow, this guy is special. He is a very special person. Spirit, I'm doing it again. I don't care what anybody says. If they get tired of it, subscribe to wait a minute, subscribe to Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube. Tell them I sent you. This is what it means. A lot of people don't, will look down upon or disparage the idea of if you build it, they will come. And from the movie was he will come, and that's a pause. But it meant that the ghost of his father, of Kevin Costner's father, played by Ray Liotta, will come out and have the field of dreams. That's amazing. I got 5 people in the story right now. Spiritual 2, that's 1. Okay, so that's 3. Ricardo Emmanuel, Canupe 6, and Spirit Smooth Tunes. Okay, that's 3 out of 4. I don't know who the 4th person is. Is it Courtney? Did Courtney leave? I don't know. She was a donor. See, I had to ask her some questions. And Marvelous. Okay, so everybody's in here. Ricardo, Canupe, Spirit, and Marvelous. Gotcha. Thanks for writing, gentlemen. I appreciate you tolerating all this cowboy stuff. I know you're hating right now. I know you want it with your team up here. But this is all my dad's stuff. Once again, this is everything owned is by my dad. He owns everything in here. So if you're offended, good. Be offended. The Cowboys, they just can't act right. They just can't get they'll get so close. They'll get so close to the edge of just get the ball over the. They'll almost win, but then something happens. They'll have and then an injury, and then it's like, can't we have Tom Brady come back out of retirement and go with the Cowboys or something crazy, something stupid like that. Some wild like that should happen. You know, we should have the ability to take on whoever we should take on and win. Cowboys should have 18 championships, 20. Like I said, like it's weird for football because you probably it's not the same as like basketball or baseball. Where you have the Yankees have 27 championships, and look at this factoid. Oh, it's down to three. But uh, look at this factoid. Last decade, the 2010s was the only decade that the Yankees did not win a World Series championship. Fact. Look that up. But they're still hated, and they have similar colors to the Cowboys. But you know who doesn't have similar colors? The Lakers. Now that's some hatred right there. In the NBA, everybody hates the Lakers. Everybody, especially when it comes to the championship games and the championship series. Beat LA, beat LA, beat LA. Now it's down to two. I'm waiting for. I don't know why I'm talking about sports, but it's fun. I like sports. But I don't know that much about sports. Don't look at me. I'm not left-handed. For the from the Star Report, he's knowledgeable. I'm not knowledgeable. I don't know all the statistics and the people playing and the positions. I still don't know the positions in football. I have to know the difference between offensive tackle and a defensive tackle, and it seems very simple and obvious. But I don't understand all that how that comes in. Tight end and running back, and I know who the quarterback is. And I know who the wide receiver is. I understand most of that. I understand most of the plays. I understand the bootleg and blitz and stuff like that. But beyond that, I'm pretty much clueless. I'm not even going to lie to you. But I enjoy watching the spectacle, and I enjoy learning more each and every game, and understanding different symbols and signs. What is this? Is this offsides? Is that offsides? Let me see. Is that offsides? Let me see. That's in basketball. That's traveling, and this is a goal, whether a field goal or a touchdown. What's this in basketball? Who's going to tell me what this means in basketball? In the live chat, what does this mean? I'll wait. I'll give you 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For three! Three-pointer. It's a three-pointer. But a touchdown or a goal in football. Okay. I digress. I should be talking about my story, which is great. I like it. I'm not going to front. I really do like it. I'm a good writer, not a great writer. And I'm trying to be the greatest writer and make the great American novel. And this is my first chapter of that. And so on vocal.media, I'll send this up once again. One moment. Just seeing. Down to 3. I think it's Canupe 6, Spirit Smooth Tunes, and Ricardo, I think. But there it is. I just put it into the live chat once more. This story, it's a journey. It's all about an adventure. It's an adventure of discovery of identity. That might be the plot theme. Discovery and identity. And whether or not this individual will grow up to be a certain figure for the world to see. Back up to 4. Oh boy. Rule of the kingdom of the air. Anybody have time? Look up what that means. I'll give you a hint. It's like the Lord of the Flies. I didn't even realize that till after I came up with the title. But they virtually mean the same thing. It's in reference to the same person. All those who know your Bible know who I'm talking about. Can I get an amen in the live chat? If you know your Bible, we promote some more. You know, I'm spamming myself. Spiritual YouTube on YouTube. Tell everyone. Tell everyone about Spirit Smooth Tunes. I'll talk about him for a little while. Spirit McCoy, McRoy. Let me make sure. Not McCoy. McCroy. He's the real McCroy. Spirit McCroy has a YouTube channel that is excellent. It has like it hit me because it was like this is the music of my childhood. I'm listening to LTD. I'm just saying this is the flavor of what he has. LTD, Anita Baker, Sade, Frankie Beverly and Mays, the Spinners, the so many, the Miracles, Smokey Robinson. It's very soothing, soul filled music, mostly music that has been sampled by hip hop. You'll recognize the melodies and the tune and that have been sped up in soul samples, but he has the originals, and it's all beautiful. It's a wonderful site. I highly recommend it, partially because he's paying me. That's a big, that's very important. But beyond that, seriously, I'm not just saying it just to say it. It's like a restart of my childhood. When my parents were, we would roll around. We listened to a radio station in Philly. It was called WJJZ 106.1, and they used to play soft jazz or smooth jazz, soft rock, smooth jazz. Okay, smooth jazz. So he has jazzy tunes as well. Very relaxed, very adult. You can sip a little something to it, whatever your vice, whatever have some cognac and a cigar, and just turn on the lights and sink into a leather chair with the robe on and some Gucci slides. But seriously, it's a great website, great channel on YouTube. So check out. Make sure you subscribe to him. Tell him that I sent you. Let him know in the comment section that Skylar Saunders keeps bothering me and won't leave me alone about subscribing to your channel. So I appreciate anyone and everyone that does that. So, but back to my story. Ha ha ha. Let me self promote. Because if I don't promote, who's going to do it? That's the funny thing. We're in a culture, we're in a weird situation where it's like shameless promotion, self promotion, shameless self promotion. Well, it's shameful to not promote. It's shameful to not regard your work as worthy of being promoted. That's shameful if it's going to be shameless. What's shameful is when you don't promote yourself. You're not prideful. You're not happy with what you've done. So I'm promoting myself right now, and I could drop down to 0. I'm at 3 right now. 3 people right in this live chat, and I'm riding on my own story, but I'm glad about that. I have the ability to do that. I have that chance. I have that sense about me. It gives me the impetus to continue with this whole discussion. I think that my story is the best. I think it is the greatest story on vocal.media right now because it interweaves and it tangles with ideas that are not expected. So all you gotta do is go into that room. I don't know if it's on your side, it's on my side right there. Click on that link and read. I know reading isn't as, in vogue as some people may like it to be, like I would like it to be. But it is transformative. Like I read Ayn Rand and I'm like, this is great. I don't get confused, I don't get pissed off. I'm in a good head zone when I read Ayn Rand. Because her words are like, pure water. Just clean, clear spring water. I don't have to second guess and like, "Ooh, what's going on? What's happening?" The clarity of her words, I try to aspire to. That's what happens with Rule of the Kingdom of the Air. And who in there knows that Bible? Who knows that Bible in the live chat? There's three of you in there. I can see you. You can see me too. I know. You can see how many people are in here too. I know. But it's definitely a special case for me to say how much I am an appreciative person. So appreciated. Everything that's happened to me, everything that's going to happen to me, I just take it all in stride. Every bit of it, all the whole journey. Because that's what Rule of the Kingdom of the Air is about. It's a journey. It's the beginning of the journey. I might flesh out a whole book. I'm thinking about it. But with your help, you can save. No, but seriously, with you reading the story, it will be an abundance of joy and curiosity and wonder. Because they said, I have one commenter that said, "Well written but puzzling." Like, okay, what's puzzling about it? They never say in depth, and I can't respond because I'm restricted for some reason. I don't know. They never give you a reason. They just stop you. But they haven't stopped the money, so I'm not too mad. Um, but that's my fix. Writing. This story is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I always wanted to say. And there's still things that are, percolating and brewing in my brain that I'm not ready to say yet. And I'm not even sure if I'm ready to do a whole book about this story yet. But I'm willing to do it. I could be like Wes Anderson, my favorite director. I just reviewed his latest piece, which is excellent, 3.5 stars. It's like an A minus. And what he does is, his first film, Bottle Rocket, was I think it was like a 20-minute or 30-minute short, and then he just expanded into a feature film. So I might just do that. This is just a short story, and it's a first chapter, and it's going to let other people know just what it is. So I say to you, thank you for the appreciation. Thank you for letting me speak on my story. I truly do appreciate it because this story is unconventional. It's probably something like you've never read. It's probably something that gets to your mind. It's about discovery, like I said, about an identity. It's about knowing what you are and why you are here, and how coincidence means coincidence, and how people are so invested in faith, so invested in it. When you start talking about specifics, and you start talking about how, if there's a God, what is he wearing? What kind of perfume or cologne does he wear? Does he drive a Lamborghini? Does he wear Bermuda shorts, and a Aloha shirt? Does he wear contacts? Does he have glasses? How is he? Did he comb his hair like an afro, or is it wavy down, down to his back? You start getting to specifics, you're like, I just want to go to heaven. Like that's just the bottom line. Nobody wants to die. Everybody wants to go to heaven. That's the classic line. And for people to not recognize that, is a problem, I think, because people don't have the wherewithal to understand what they're even taking in. Who reads the Bible? Nobody reads the Bible. Very few people have read the Bible back to back. I tried it after the begats. I said, you know what, I'm good. I can't take this anymore. I'm all right. And then, a few years later, I became an atheist. Truth is water is wet, fire burn. You know. And for all the people that think atheists are going to hell, let me go to hell. Mark Twain said it best. He said, you go to heaven for the weather, you go to hell for the company. I love that. That's a great quote. It's such a Oscar Wilde and Mark Twain and a few others have really great quotes. They're probably the best in Bartlett's quotes because this is so true. You think about heaven. Oh my God, pearly gates and streets of gold and mansions and everything like that. Well, who built the pearly gates? Who built the golden streets and the mansions? Are they up to code, or are they surveyors? Are they contractors? Or, once you start getting into that, and you say, how am I? That's ridiculous. Streets of gold and pearly gates and mansions and people floating around with wings on. Like, are you serious? And people down here saying there's angels. Angels? Really? It's a sick shame. But not to sick shame is I have 6 people in this live chat, but nobody's talking in the live chat. Get to chatting. If you feel like it. If you don't feel like chatting, that's fine too. Just listen to me run my mouth. And subscribe to Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube and tell everyone about that man's channel. This man put in the time and the effort and the money, okay, to make sure I'm steady and consistent with these shows. I do my research. I know what I'm talking about. And even when I don't know what I'm talking about, people correct me, say, man, you gotta make sure you're on point. You gotta tell all the story. And I make that attempt every single outing, every time I'm out. I remember I had a girlfriend who, she quoted Yoda, don't try, do, I always think about that. She's saying that. That's something that I'll always remember. But no, I mean, life is not short comparatively speaking. I mean, short compared to a great whale or a tortoise or a redwood tree or sequoia. Sure, those organisms, yes, very short. But it goes fast. That's the key. Life is fast and fascinating. We should all treasure it. We should all be able to take into account what it means to be a human being and to be creative and be selfish and adventurous and rational. I'm digressing like crazy, but it's fun because it all ties into the story. It's gonna be it's gonna be a challenge for me, but nothing I can't handle when it comes to letting people know about this tale, letting people know about what is real about it, what is true, what makes it reality, even though it's a fictional story. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I'm wrapping up right now. Got to go to bed. Took my happy pills. Spirit McCrory, sir, thank you. Thank you, Marvelous. Thank you, everyone that was in the live chat tonight. Ricardo Manuel, Kanu Pay 6. And again, yeah, dang. Well, Greg asked you, how do you. Now you miss it. Yes, you did miss it because I got to pack up. I really got to get out of here. But I really do appreciate you. Thank you very much. And I will see you sometime tomorrow. Take care. Go Cowboys.